Welcome back to the North State Breakdown with Benjamin Noane. Today I'm breaking down the agenda for the upcoming Shasta County Board of Supervisors meeting on Tuesday, September 24th, 2024. Let's look at some key items you need to know about. First on the agenda is R1. This is a certificate of recognition for Valerie Ibarra, an agency staff services analyst. Valerie will be honored for her heroic actions on September 3rd, 2024, when she saved a colleague who was choking. The Shasta County Undersheriff even wrote a letter commending Valerie's heroism. Her actions likely saved a life that day, and the entire county is better for having people like her serving our community. Valerie's quick thinking highlights the importance of those who step up in moments of crisis. Next on the agenda is R2, which will cover legislative updates, board member reports, and a few significant items. First is Supervisor-Elect Alan Long and Matt Plummer, who have submitted written requests to attend the California State Associations of Counties CSAC annual conference meeting. This training is critical in helping them transition into their new roles by giving them a thorough understanding of county operations and governance. It's vital that the board approves this to ensure they are well prepared to serve. The other item in consideration is in opposition to Assembly Bill 2642, signed by the board chair, Kevin Cry. AB 2642 is a bill that updates anti-intimidation laws, particularly those that concern open carry of firearms in your polling places. The bill, introduced by Assembly members Berman and Gibson, aims to prevent voter intimidation. However, Kevin Cry, Patrick Jones, and Chris Kallstrom argue that it infringes on Second Amendment rights. This opposition seems more about making a political statement rather than addressing any real concerns in Shasta County, but it's likely to be passed given the board members' track record. For R3, the board will receive a presentation from the Agricultural Commissioner on the 2023 Shasta County Crop and Livestock Report. This report provides an annual snapshot of the county's agricultural output, a vital sector of our local community. R4 is regarding the formation of an ad hoc committee to recommend how to allocate settlement funds from opioid litigation. There was a discussion about including Supervisors-Elect on this committee, but was ultimately decided against due to potential Brown Act conflicts. The Brown Act mandates transparency in meetings, and appointing citizens that have not yet taken their seat on the board could have led to issues with compliance. Additionally, Mary Rickert, who has long been a strong advocate for mental health and substance abuse programs, was overlooked for this committee. The committee's decision will be crucial in shaping how the county uses funds to address the ongoing opioid crisis. It would appear the decision of keeping Rickert out of this commission is a political move driven by Kevin Cry and Patrick Jones, which seems to be designed to hurt Mary Rickert's campaign against her opponent. R5 focuses on an update from the Auditor-Controller regarding requests for proposals on tourism, destination marketing, branding, and promotion services. The county is looking to spend significant funds on boosting tourism, but raises concerns, especially considering that recent plans for a jail were shelved due to a lack of funding. How does the county plan to boost tourism when it can't address basic safety concerns, such as the need for adequate jail space? Additionally, there's a potential conflict of interest here. Nigel Skeet, who has ties to Kevin Cry through Valor Talent, is the founding director of the Shasta County Chamber, who is reportedly in the running to potentially be awarded funding from the county. This relationship raises questions about cronyism and transparency of the county spending on this project. On its face, this could be seen as a ploy to funnel funds to a friend and business associate, which would be a violation of 5 CFR 2635702, which references the use of public office for private gain. R6 involves the board's authority to conduct audits of county departments. This item is particularly important given the recent concerns about financial mismanagement in Shasta County. The issue came to light after Roshan Dean, the former CFO of Health and Human Services, was fired after just 2 months on the job. Dean had reportedly uncovered financial irregularities with the HHS that raised red flags, though the exact nature of these discrepancies remain unclear. The proposal here is for the board to discuss using its authority to potentially conduct a forensic audit of county departments. The key question is, who will conduct the audit? It's crucial that the auditor be independent from the county officials and free from any ties to the departments they're investigating. There are concerns that the board majority, Cry, Jones, and Kallstrom, might attempt to control the audit process by hiring an auditor aligned with their interests, which could potentially skew the findings. A truly unbiased audit is necessary to ensure transparency, accountability, and the integrity of county finances. If irregularities exist, the public deserves to know, and corrective actions need to be taken to prevent further mismanagement. The county must ensure that the audit is conducted in a way that doesn't sweep potential issues under the rug or protect those responsible for any mismanagement. The board will hear a presentation on the new Public Records Act, the PRA request management system. While this system centralizes and digitizes public record requests, there are concerns about how it could impact journalists and researchers. Making requests and responses immediately public could tip off officials and undermine ongoing investigations before all the facts are gathered. While transparency is important, it needs to be balanced against protecting the integrity of investigative work. Next up is the consent calendar, which are items that are considered to be non-controversial. There are several items that I would like to mention. C1 is a resolution to suspend future annual considerations of provisions related to the Williamson Act, which offers tax incentives to preserve agricultural land. Each year, the board has had to revisit whether to implement or reject certain provisions of this act. The resolution up for approval would end the need for an annual reapproval following the board's decision in July 2024 to stop implementation for the 2025 tax toll. Essentially, this simplifies the process by only revisiting the act if the board chooses to bring it back, instead of automatically considering it each year. Item C9 seeks to designate authority to the Health and Human Services Agency to manage job postings and recruitment software, specifically for governmentjobs.com, NeoGov, and the Planet Schedule software. These platforms are used by Shasta County to post job listings and manage recruitment for various county positions. By granting authority, HHSA will have more control over how these services are used to fill essential roles, ensuring the county can efficiently hire staff it needs to operate smoothly. C11 involves amendments to the Shasta County Action Board bylaws, which governs the selection process for low-income sector representatives. This amendment would streamline how these representatives are chosen and how members can be replaced for good cause. The definition of good cause has been clarified to include reasons such as repeated absences, refusal to participate in CAB responsibilities, or engage in activities deemed disruptive or conflicts of interest. These changes were recommended by the California Department of Community Services and Development to improve board functionality. C15 involves a resolution to transfer $29,688.61 in unclaimed funds from the Treasurer to Shasta County General Fund. Under Government Code Sections 50050-50056, unclaimed funds that have been held for over a year can be moved to the general fund if no one moves forward to claim them. If the county's made efforts to notify potential owners of these funds, after a set period, these unclaimed monies will become eligible to be transferred, which can then be used for county purposes. Next on the agenda is closed session, items that the board will discuss and take potential action on in a non-public private meeting. The closed session for this meeting involves some significant items. The board will discuss ongoing cases, such as Patrick Crawfaller versus the County of Shasta and Dungan versus County of Shasta, as well as the county's dispute with the California Energy Commission and the California Land Stewardship Council, LLC. These legal matters will be handled behind closed doors. The more pressing concern in closed session, however, involves the appointment of the public defender, as well as the Director of Resource Management. The appointment of the interim Director of Resource Management has already raised red flags with the hiring of Wyatt Paxton, given his ties to Reaver John Salmo and his involvement with the Red Brighton Blueprint. This appointment is seen by many as a clear example of cronyism. Another item that's come to the breakdown's attention recently is that Paxton was the subject of a grand jury report in Trinity County during his time there. Paxton was found to have created a hostile work environment. This is relevant due to recent allegations made by former Deputy CEO Mary Williams regarding the treatment of employees at Shasta County. Was Shasta aware of this grand jury report? And if they were, why would they hire someone that has a history of creating a negative environment for their employees? Now, there's a fear that the public defender appointment could follow a similar path. The board majority, led by Kevin Cry, Patrick Jones, and Chris Kellstrom, has a history of appointing individuals with close political or personal ties, which undermines the integrity of the process. The public defender is a crucial role that must be filled by someone independent, capable, and willing to stand up to the board when necessary. The concern here is that the appointment might be another cronyist move to consolidate power within the county's legal apparatus, raising serious questions about fairness and justice for for the Shasta County residents. The meetings are streamed online, and you can always email the Board of Supervisors with your comments or concerns. Your voice matters, and public participation is the key to holding our local leaders accountable. If you can, attend the meeting at 9 a.m. at 1450 Court Street, or tune in online. And that's the agenda preview.